Hello everyone! Hey guys, how are things going? How is everything going with you? I'm doing very well and I hope you are doing well yourselves. Welcome once again to English Upgrade Training, taking your English and your career to the next level. I'm teacher Renata and I'm super happy to have you here again for another business English tip, for another English drops. This is a channel where professionals from different areas look for new vocabulary and business English expressions to enhance their vocabulary in English and to improve their speaking skills, listening skills, especially their vocabulary skills. Welcome to our community. Feel free to share this video with your colleagues or other people from your company who take interest in improving their business English skills and vocabulary. This is the tip of today, guys. Have you heard about this expression? How can you say bom senso in English? How can you say that? How can you say bom senso? I have this question very often in my online classes. A lot of students ask me this question. Teacher, how can I say bom senso in English? So it seems to me that most people don't know about this word in English or this piece of vocabulary. And it's very useful. This is something we use all the time. Usar o bom senso. O bom senso deve prevalecer. Ele tem bom senso ou não tem bom senso. So I think this is a pretty common vocabulary in English. And if you don't know this word in English, or if you have never used it or never heard about it, don't feel bad about it. Don't beat yourself up, guys. Just stick with me until the end of this video and you will learn how to use this vocabulary and how to apply it in your day-to-day communication in English. So keep watching, keep listening, keep learning.
English Upgrade Training, taking your English to the next level.
Hello again. Hello, people. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard to our YouTube channel. How about today's tip? Do you know how to say bom senso in English? Have you ever used this expression, this vocabulary? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever needed to use it and you didn't know how to? So this is a chance for you. This is a great opportunity for you to learn this useful piece of vocabulary in English. Let's take a look at that. All right. We say common sense. If you want to say bom senso in English, the right way to say it is common sense. So I know that many times people want to translate literally from Portuguese to English and they think about the word good sense, bom senso. So in English it must be good sense, but it's not, guys. No, it's not. It's actually common sense. Let me repeat it back to you. Common sense. Common sense. This is the right way to say bom senso in English. But most important here, guys, is to understand how I can use, how a person can use this vocabulary, this piece of vocabulary, common sense, in real sentences, in real context. So I'm going to provide you here with some common collocations, common verbs that you can put together with this vocabulary, common sense, and then you would have half of your sentence done. Collocations are so important, guys, not just in English, but in any other language. What's a collocation? Collocation is an expression made of a verb plus a noun. A verb plus a noun makes a collocation. So, common sense. What are the most common collocations, the most common combinations of verbs we can use with this piece of vocabulary? Let's have a look at that, guys. All right, then. So the first collocation here is to have common sense. Então, uma pessoa tem bom senso. Someone has common sense. So we are going to use the verb have, ter, bom senso. All right? The second collocation here is to use. So you can use common sense. People should use common sense more often, shouldn't they? They should use common sense more often. The next collocation is to exercise. Exercise common sense. So I can use have common sense, use common sense, exercise, exercer, exercise common sense, rely on common sense. To rely is to trust. So people should rely on common sense more often. Common sense, people should rely on, to trust common sense more often. Also, you can see the verb prevail. Prevail means prevalecer. Prevail, prevalecer. So, common sense must always prevail. Common sense must always prevail. O bom senso deve sempre prevalecer. So, when two people are arguing, for example, they are arguing. So, a good way is to solve this dispute, this conflict, is by using common sense, by exercising common sense, because common sense should always prevail. Deve sempre prevalecer. Look at these verbs, guys. So, let's recap on that. To have common sense, to use common sense, to exercise common sense, to rely on common sense, and last but not least, prevail. Prevail. Common sense must prevail, prevalecer. We have these verbs. So these are the top 5 most common verbs used with the word common sense, with this vocabulary, common sense in English. The important thing now, guys, is for you to not just to know the vocabulary itself, but also the collocation, so that you have the whole package, the whole thing, the real deal, right, guys? Knowing collocations is the real deal. So you have the expression, the right verb being used with the right noun. And that makes the perfect collocation in English. In the next slide, as always, guys, in the next part of this video, I'm going to teach you some sample sentences. I'm going to present you these sample sentences where you are going to have an opportunity to go deeper into it, to go deeper into the expression, to really understand, to have a much better understanding of how to use this expression, this vocabulary, common sense in your day-to-day communication. So don't turn off the video, all right? Keep watching, keep learning. Stick with me until the end and you will have the perfect understanding on how to use this vocabulary. So here we are, back in business. Good, guys? You are doing such a good job today. Let's have a look at the sample sentences, shall we? The first one, guys, she hasn't got an ounce of common sense. Ela não tem um pingo de bom senso. We say that in Portuguese, né? Ela não tem um pingo, mínimo bom senso. So how can I say that in English? She hasn't got an ounce of common sense. Common sense. The second example. It's common sense to look for talents within the company before hiring outsiders. So in a recruitment process, for example, it's common sense in the companies to look for talents, to look for the right people within the company, dentro da própria empresa, dentro da própria organização, before hiring outsiders, before hiring people from outside the company. That's common sense. Let's look for talents. Let's look for people to promote within the company, within the organization. Okay? Sentence number 3. Common sense tells me we should wait a little longer before making this investment. So we are considering making a certain investment in the company. But common sense tells me we shouldn't wait a little longer before making this investment. Então, o bom senso me diz para esperar um pouco before making this investment. Common sense tells me. Look at these sentences, guys. It gives you such a great ideas on how to use this vocabulary in your conversation, in your interactions in English. Then we have the next sentence, the last sentence here. I'm sure common sense will prevail in the end. Remember we just talked about this verb, prevail, prevalecer. I'm sure common sense will prevail. Então, o bom senso vai prevalecer no final. No final, o bom senso sempre deve prevalecer. I'm sure common sense will prevail in the end. You see here, guys, how many ideas, how many examples I've given you, I've provided you with, and now you have a better understanding on how to use this vocabulary, common sense, in your interactions in English, in your next email, in your next conference call, in your next online meeting, or maybe face-to-face interaction with native speakers or foreigners. You can just drop these expressions in your conversation. I'm sure you are going to make such a great impression, guys, if you use the right vocabulary, the right expressions in the right place at the right time. This is so good, isn't it? When we know the exact word, the exact vocabulary we need in a certain situation. So that's why you should always track down our videos here in our YouTube channel, because here we provide you with instant and useful tips that you can take immediately and use in your communication in English. These are practical tips, guys. These are not, I'm not here to teach you lots of theory, lots of grammar, or useless vocabulary. There's a lot of useless vocabulary on the net. There's tons of vocabulary, but not all those vocabulary are useful to you, right? Here, I want to make sure you learn the right vocabulary, the good vocabulary that you need to communicate better and to take your English to the next level. Thanks once again, guys, for joining me here today for this video, for watching this video till the end, and thanks for following my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your company here. I really appreciate you watching my videos, sharing my videos with other people, and don't forget to check my website, www.englishupgrade.net.br, where you can find my online courses, my online business workshops, where you can find all my contacts, and you can reach out to me anytime you need. It's going to be a pleasure to help you out, guys. Thanks again, and see you in one of my next videos or one of my online classes. Bye-bye.